Hey, everyone. Welcome to the Monday Night Family Show. This is the family show with the twist. And we always love twists because who wouldn't love a twist? I love a twist. Do you love a twist? We're out here with the birds. I'm going to go inside momentarily. I had to make a rush move, quick decision. So I got to get some feed. Remember, this show absolutely works the very best when you all participate. What do I mean by participation? It means get off your butt and say something. We got birds flying. It's late. It's getting dark. It's perfect. I am mixing up the feed. Reminder, guys, this is the week the training starts. Woo! Fun, fun, fun. Everybody is on. Good evening. Hello to the TNL HRUG. These are code C. And I love when those people call me when I do a show. Makes me want to really go mental. But hey, what's up, Charles? Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to try and reconnect. Tomorrow we're going to start the training festivities, and let's see how many want to play the game. That's not the question. We all want to know how many can play the game. Is there a few? Is there a little? Is there a lot? Are there many? Are there none? Are there good ones? Are there bad ones? Are there great ones? Are they all super? I don't know. We don't know. But the birds are out. Oh, I can smell the dead raccoon. Oh, it's a smell of sweetness. Come on, get out of here. Go. Again, birds are, most look pretty darn good. Most look pretty darn good, but that's a most. There's still a group that are just struggling. Make sure that we are connected on. Remember, this show works best when you guys throw in your questions, your comments, and your complaints. Yes, we're going to run the clock when we do the training. So don't even ask me that question. Don't ask. Now, if the clock doesn't work, well, hey, that's another thing. I always enjoy a little bit of the roasted of the beans. Mosquitoes are good, so that'll be fun. Birds did pretty good. They've only had about, honestly, they've had fucking broadcast. I think they've honestly had, what have they had? They've had me throw the phone through the wall. That's step one. No, they've had 4 tosses to 20 miles, and they've had 1 toss to 50 miles, and then they had 1 toss now to 100. Hey, well, how was that? Was that good in there? So I am going to bring them in. What's going on, Ryan? Happy Monday. Happy Monday to you. We're going to get them in here momentarily. We still got some flying. Yeah, we still got the good ones. The good ones are still flying. But tomorrow, this pigeon's been on the road for a while. Come back and skin and bones. On the road. On the road. Lucky Horseshoe 118. Go on in, bud. Worn down. That happens. That happens. Took mine for the first toss today, 5 miles. Well, the question was, how long did they take? When we start training them, now the first 4 tosses I don't count as training because it's going to be basket training. It's going to be just get them in the basket, go into the field, let them out. Get in the basket, go in the field, let them out. Get in the basket, go in the field, let them out. I'm going to do that 4 times. So then nobody can say, oh, they weren't basket trained. They got every opportunity to be basket trained. They're going to get 4 shots at it. 4 shots, and then we head to the 2-mile mark. When we get them to the 2-mile mark, That's when the groceries get snapped right back. And for those ones that struggle, it's going to be a little harder. You see, this is what I talk about. On the roof, on the roof here, this isn't called trapping. This is called tweedledeeing and tweedledumming. That's what it's called. That's not their problem. That's my problem. Do you ever think about that, guys? You say the pigeon's stupid, the pigeon's stupid, the pigeon's stupid. The pigeon is not stupid. He's actually quite smart. He's very smart. Where the pigeon becomes stupid is the owner. The owner. Remember, you command the ship. Michael Peebler out 5 of the Denny's pair, 6 out of the Combe Van Zorns. Out 5 out of the Denny's pair and 6 out of the Van Zorns. Actually, guys, I'm really pumped about this pied right here. I debated on running it over with the lawnmower about 6 times. And it took that pigeon 9 weeks to clear up his respiratory. 9 weeks. This is the pigeon here. And it's finally dried up. Patience is key on that one. That poor thing's been poked, potted, and you still see there's a bit of mucus on the back. But it is what it is. But that's what you see. You see the birds up on the Twisted Sister. Those ones on the Twisted Sister, they're telling. They're saying, hey, we still got good feeding us. We still got a good amount. Did I bring the other feed bucket around? I did. Good evening. Watching from Canada. You're watching from Canada. Canada's a big place. You can be more specific if you want. Or Canada works. Canada's working pretty good, I think. Pick wherever you want to be from in Canada. If you live in Toronto and you don't want to live in Toronto, you can just say you live in Quebec. Look at this little guy. Oh boy, this guy's got a mega mountain to climb. Oh boy. There they are, out and about. We got Australia in the house. I seen a group liberation in Australia. Man, I can't believe how many pigeon guys are there. That's where I want to go and fly pigeons, in Australia. I'd love to run a race in Australia. They must have had guys in trailers there. Everybody showed up to let out birds. It must have been 3,000 or 4,000 pigeons. So shouts out to Australia. Oh, I don't got the lights on in here. Tomorrow I clean out the feed room. Oh, I clean out that room. Oh, I don't want to do that. Anything but that. I'm going to do that and start the basketing, the fun basketing process. The first time in the basket, I'm going to need to be intoxicated. Now you'll say, well, why? Well, because they haven't learned to be basketed. When you basket 500, 400, 300, 200, 100, 60, 50, 40 for the first time, they don't sort of really like it. Oh, that bird was close, wasn't he? Good to do the show from here, though. What's going on, Mike Sheridan? We just sort of watch them come by us. See that twizzle? I like to see that. You see some cocks here on the board cooing. Look at this guy, he's feeling good. Oh, look at that red, man. That red did the sideways swizzle shizzle. Again, I will get them in here momentarily. Oh, I got to put the water in still. So yes, this week they start to play now the real game. For some birds, this won't be a problem, and for others. How's Leah doing? She's okay. She is with us in spirit. Look at that nice black pied, eh? Ain't that a nice pigeon? That's nice. I think so. It's a beautiful day. Nice and cool. The last 2 days we've had absolutely beautiful weather. Birds are feeling frisky. That's nice to see. Yes, Tom. There's Tom DiMartino from the Long Island area. Again, Feathersley Pigeon Auctions will be down there at the Perth Amboys. We'll be hosting 2 auctions this fall in November and December. They are ready to come in. They had a late time going out today. I let them out a little later than normal to recover. Carlos Dexter is in the house. How's it going, Carlos? I'm hearing in our local area, people are just getting blown away, losing all their pigeons. I wonder why that is. Time, you guys think, how long are these guys going to take to come in tonight? Put your guesses in. I've got the timer on. I'm just reconnecting the broadcast as we go. Good evening, Jason Mihalik. You guys want to come in now or what? We ready to roll? You guys put your guesses in on how long you think they're going to take. Remember, I didn't put the clock on today because it's Monday. The clocks never work on Mondays. Got the waters in. The festivities will start. So tomorrow when they come home, nothing about coming in. They can just do what they want. They're going to have their drink. Chutes are going to be open. We're just going to be relaxed. We're going to be calm. Tomorrow is not an official trainer. Although I will have a clock on. It won't be official. The local races in Ontario seem to be quite challenging this weekend. Yeah, I wonder why. You think it's challenging this week, Mike? You wait in another 2 weeks when you guys have the old sneezies. The respiratory this year is 3 minutes, 9 seconds. One person guessed. When we get 3 guesses, we'll start getting them in. You guys want to go for another fly? Huh? What do you think? Want to go up again? Huh? They're getting better when you talk to them. They want to go a little better now. I always like the ones in the trees getting the freshest of air. 2 minutes and 3 seconds. Okay. Well, I think I might have to start a timer. I think they might beat 2 minutes, maybe, but I don't know. I don't know. It's Monday. Definitely very nice and flighty for this evening. 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Oh, we got some guesses. Yes, we do. And 1 minute and 43 seconds. So my watch is set for 2 minutes. Look at these guys are trying to help out the cause. Come on, you can't just be on here. That's not good. You gotta go somewhere else. I don't want them to think we're cheating. Tom DiMartino says 90 seconds. Oh, don't flirt with me. Guys, they think you can do it in 90 seconds. You're not that fast, are you? Oh, we'll see. Anyways, we're going to bring them in here now. Will says 143. They are looking quite energetic this evening. I like that twizzle. I'm always looking for that. That's the pigeon speaking to you. They're starting to feel it. Starting to feel it. 10 out would be under 1 a minute. 10 out, 10 would be under 1 a minute. Well, Mike's going for 10 minutes. Guys, can you try and beat Mike's record? We want to be at least 11 minutes. You guys want to do some Barcelona flying? Should we get up now for a law fly? Oh, no, we don't want to get the audience to crap their pants. No crapping of the pants. No crapping of the pants. All right, are we ready? I think we're ready. We got equal here. We got them on the roof, on the loft roof, on the loft board, on the landing board, on the roof, in the tree, and on the barn. We've got everything covered. Let's let the festivities begin. Shall we? Okay. Again, cut this tension with a knife. I'm going to keep the camera here so y'all can see. Remember, the clock starts. No, that's too far away. That's shit. We can't do that. I got to find a better spot. All right, we'll try it here. We're going to try it here. All right, so let me get some feed rolling. Remember, if you guys have questions, post them in now. For all of you wondering, what's the magic mix today? Oh, it's the best mix on planet Earth. Again, we're rolling reindeer corn, roasted soybean, wheat, and Mother Nature's finest, barley. That's what we're running for right now. Making sure the camera's still in good shape. That's what we're running right there. Perfect. See that? Real simple. Does that not scream appetizing? I know for me it does. Let's put some feed in here. Oh. Put a little feed in before we start. And cut this tension with a knife. Reminder, guys, this is the family show. This isn't just Pioneer Trapping Show. So if you do have questions, post them in. I told you, me talking by myself, it's not the easiest thing to do. I run out of things to say. I really do. I'm not that good, you know? I may seem like I can talk for hours, but I really can't. I got the one that come late back from Mike Green. Okay, guys, remember, we haven't started yet. Come on, we haven't started. They're starting already. They're starting already. They're getting fired up. I'm fired up. Wow, that one went through the door. Oh, wait, was that Vandriax? One went through the door. That one, they deserve a prize. They deserve a prize. You guys ready to roll or what? All right. Put some milk and sugar on that, and I would eat it. Oh, he would eat it, guys. David Tracy would eat it. Well, they did say Mikey would eat anything, didn't they? All right. Let's go, guys. We're going to try in under 2 minutes this. Wish me luck. Wish them luck. You got to do this in under 2 minutes. We're only going to open up one chute here too. Why? We really want them to bumblebee. Okay? So, I am going to, I'm going to give myself, hold on, let's just do this here so it's right. Oh, let's get rid of the award. Oh, for crying out loud. We got the awards coming. All right, we're going to edit this. We're going to add to the clock. We're going to add 20 seconds. Oh, we got a better color. There we go. All right, are you guys ready? Oh, there's one that come right out. Bang, just landed. Could have come back from his pretend toss. Here we go. Boy, this tension you can cut with a knife. After this, guys, we'll go back into the kitchen and we'll talk pigeons. Here we go, guys. Counting down. Remember, in 20 seconds, we will open her up. Let the trapping begin. They're moving like a well-oiled machine. A lot of tap dancing on the roof. Here we go. We're going to find out. You always got to have 3 dummies, don't you? Well, hey, can't win every race, can you? Four out. Game over. Ain't that bad, eh? All right, well, we're over 2 minutes. 4 stayed out. My apologies to y'all. And just as a rough measure, one of these feed scoops, I roughly say, is around 50 birds. Okay, that's roughly. What percentage of the team are from Europe? I haven't started doing one lofting with Europeans. I think I'm going to wait till I go to Europe, live in Europe to do that. I don't know. What do we got here? 4 dummies. 4 dummies. 4 dummies. Isn't that something? 4. Well, they tried. Well, this son of a gun, why does he look like he's been eating? I just got mud on my Crocs. No, he's a young cock. Anyways, no feed for you guys. Sorry. I put the wrong Crocs on, so now I mudded myself through the enchanted creek here. This is going to be fun for training when you use the water trick. We're going to have to put some plywood up. 9.5 out of 10. Thanks for the compliment, Mike. Again. Not bad. Could be a little bit better. But, well, lots of European birds from, I'm sure, from American Lost. They were around a minute, and then 4 didn't come in, so I couldn't figure out how many birds that would have been per second. Let's say there's 480, and they clocked in about, what, 60 seconds, except for 4. Yeah, this is the family show. I just did it a little differently. All right. Everybody go and have a drink of water. I'll come back later and finish feeding you. We're going to get back into where the family show is at its very best, in the kitchen where the bar is. ABC, I'm always waiting for you. You had some great questions last week. Again, guys. Hey, how are you doing? Are you feeling like you're participating, or what are you doing? It's okay. Don't come in. It's okay. Just, they're there. Who wins Dummy of the Night? The beautiful checker cock. Dummy of the Night. It happens. I can't even figure out how that was, what that time would have been. If 470? Oh boy. Here we are. Let's do some recovering. There will be 1 or 2 Derek Walsh in the auction. I gotta have to hold on. Let's do some flippage here. 1 second, guys. We're looking at the wrong board. There we go. Let's get back onto this. Perfect. I'm going to lift you out of here, put you back in here, and let the show continue. Let's plug everything in. And we're good. All right. We are back on. It might be a little buffery. You're going to have to deal with that. Hopefully you can still hear me. Yeah, Derek Walsh will have, I believe, 1 or 2. A beautiful inbred bolt. Beautiful. Mealy, she's a mealy with she's got like chocolate bars. She's real nice. I think there's 2 from Derek Walsh. I got to get back down to see Derek. Derek wants to do a big auction with us, but it's getting the birds from Ireland to North America. It's a bit of a pain in the butt. Derek Walsh got some great sprint pigeons. Leo Hermans, DiCaprio, Vandenbalk, bloodline pigeons. Real good. And again, sorry if there is some buffering. Nothing we can do tonight. We had to do outside and inside cameras. So yeah, like I said, and if you guys are wondering what is USA Lofts talking about, this right here, our Thoroughbreds of the Sky tour. There is, I would say, about 17 lofts here. So you've got Polton Lanen from Holland. You got Eugene Stable from Holland. The Munichs, I believe, you've got from Holland. Who else? Oh, let's think. I got to think just in Holland. Who do we have? Well, if that's all from Holland, then in Belgium, you've got Emile Denys, Annemie Van Hee, Patrick Brooks, Xavier Verstrada, Dennis Sapin, Annex Gauthier, Sonia Vandermeulen. I'm not trying to miss anyone from Hungary. You got Zsolt Pinter. You've got Anders Brobeck from Denmark. You've got Luc Van den Plas from Belgium. And then you've got from UK, you've got Josh and Darren May Lofts, Mayday, the Mays. They got some super pigeons. And have I missed anybody? Oh, Stefan Steenberg from Belgium as well. I'm just looking at the picture here close up. So that will be at the Perth Amboy. So if you are in the United States and you want to come out and support it, come out and check them out. It's a super auction. You'll never see something like that done. Oh, I'm sure someone will come after us and try it, but I think you'll enjoy it. Let's pull down the advert and go from there. Oh, why is that advert staying up? It must mean it's good. There we go. Get your comments in, guys. Don't be shy. So there is the family show tonight. I just got caught. I had to bring birds in. Oops, I think it went over with the comments. We're going to double up all the comments now to make it more fun. Yeah, so training is going to be quite simple for these pioneer birds. We're going to, and Eddie Grugens, Eddie G, I'm not sure. No, I don't think any from Eddie. Not this time. But don't worry, we are going to have a Valentine's auction. That's always fun. Again, in October, I head back to Belgium. I'll be there all of October and a little bit of November before I'm back for the live event in Perth Amboys. And let's not forget, if you guys have questions about the Pigeon Boss Tour for 7 people, if you are interested and you want to participate in a 13-day magic adventure through Belgium to visit 10 superstar lofts, you can do it with me. We're only taking 7 people. Let's recover. We've got it recovered. As we wait, I am traveling to Huntsville to watch a pigeon race on August 26th. Well, I guess that's fun. I don't know. If that's what you like to do, Mike, that sounds like fun. Nothing wrong with watching a pigeon race. You know, I always say, hopefully at the release, you get one of those slow releases where the birds just go up and keep spinning. At least it gives you something to look at. When it's a nice, clear, easy day and they get up and they just go, it's kind of like, man, I drove all that way for nothing. I know when I was in Quievrain, it was like, I couldn't believe how quickly, 70,000 pigeons left. Like literally, when they say, oh, if you blink, you'll miss it, 100%. Mark says, good evening. Looking forward to training. Hope I have some worthwhile. Oh, Mark, you never know. I know one thing. There are birds that are flying really good. There's birds that are a little lazy and they like to do their own things. But I'm pretty sure everybody's gotten up a few times at least. There's some, they fly like the wind. And we're just going to start inching them out slow. The first 4, like I say, will literally, well, you'll be with me when I do it. It will just be basically directly behind me here in the kitchen into the next field. We'll let them out in the field. We'll do that twice. Then we'll go over here basically where the school is. We'll do that twice. And after they get 4 times in the basket, that'll help them load. Then we'll start at the duck farm. And as long as they come home, we keep going. Mike Vanderyak says, "Oh, besides your race, what other race would you fly?" Oh, I don't know. What other races would I fly? I don't know. I mean, got some birds at the Peach Classic. I don't know. I never know. Hey, what races do you pick, right? What what makes a good race? Transparency is good. And I think, like when I look at like even certain spots to race from, I think the courses are easier and it's just a bit different. So I don't know. I'm not going to really, I can't really give you that yet. I haven't seen enough races. I've been to enough, but I like the races in California. I like the Holiday Cup. I think it's a really good race. I think the races that John Timmerman does is pretty good. They're pretty good. The Royal Cup or the California Classic. But I would say for sure I would do the Holiday Cup. That's a good race. I know Steve Miner and Ahmad there, that they run it. They do a really good job. The birds are always in good shape. You always see different people winning. I don't know. You don't have to go in the biggest money races to enjoy it. I mean, everybody's all gung-ho about, you got to win $1 million and all this. I think sometimes the more money that's in, I don't know. I've talked to people about Apple Cup, and they're constantly, they question it or whatever. People question everything. I don't know. The Apple Cup, maybe, yeah. The only thing I don't, a lot of these races that take these birds in, there's a lot of pigeons that don't want to fly. And I see it here. I see this here. I can't imagine having 3,000 pigeons. Holy shit. You got to have at least 500 that don't want to move. And that acts as a magnet. It acts as your droppers. They learn bad habits. They want to hide. They want to do this. They do a half a circle, land on the back of the loft. I mean, literally here, you can chase pigeons from there to there to there to there to there. It doesn't do nothing. And if you chase them from there and they go over to there, you chase them from there and they go over to there, and you chase them from there, they go over to there. Next thing you know, they're down the road, 500 feet, sitting on a hydro wire. So, then there's other birds, you don't have to do none of that. They just go. They just, whew. Oh. I mean, Apple Cup, yes, it looks good. It looks good. I don't know. Monkey see, monkey do. Yeah, that's right. And again, you got that. Let's say out of 100 pigeons, you got that 25 that want to do it. You've got 50 of them that are contemplating on doing it. And then you've got 25 that say, I ain't doing it. And those 25 versus the 25 that fly, they corrupt the 50. So, out of that 50, if those 50 are real owls first, you got to help out the ones that are a little bit on the fence, off the fence. Take them here across the street. Let them go. Let them get up. Oh, there's no loft. They're going to have to get up and think a bit. They'll see the loft. They can come in. We're going to do that 4 times. and then we start at 2 miles. Hey, Ricky had birds here. Took them 2 miles, dropped 2. So, you know, it's the pigeon, right? It comes down to the pigeon. It has nothing to do. People send, it's the pigeon, right? It comes down to the pigeon. It has nothing to do. People send really good pigeons. They're out of good pedigree pigeons, but not every pigeon is a racing pigeon. Like every horse isn't a racehorse. You know, everybody's not a carpenter. Everybody's not a painter. So I often wonder when I look at the big race, I look at the big race and I kind of question it. Those are the flags that come up to me. And I can look at any race. You can look at any races. Hey, what's going on? But yeah, there's, you know, if you do the research, and, you know, you people want to know good races on the stats. And it's not that one loss statting shit. No. Tracy, our cheer captain, she's got stats that'll blow your mind away on good races. Lose lazy pigeons here at home, but don't hurt my feelings. You have to worry about keeping everyone happy. I just worry about myself. You know, and that's the thing. Sometimes when you know, you can train the pigeons. And we can even talk tonight. They came in 1:40 or 1:20 seconds, except for 4. I say stupid pigeons. Group stupid. Stupid. No, that's just me talking out loud. I'm giving shit to 4 pigeons, but to people watching, so all the pigeons are stupid. They came in really good. That's just me talking. It's the same like going training. It's the same like off flying here. These birds loft fly here, 15, 20 gone off the roof. When I look at that, we lost 15 or 20 off the roof the other day. The day before that, I lost 40 off the roof, loft flying. That's a good feeling. You can look at it 2 ways. Shit, those birds were loft flying real. They were flying good. They were feeling good. They got in with other birds and they made their only mistake. And they don't come back from that mistake. Those are actual pigeons you hope fix their mistake and come back because they have what we want, flying. But they're young. They're from 94 different lofts. There's 94 different things going through their head. They're getting up, they're feeling good, and they get in with a group of pigeons that already know the game. You see? And again, the screen may freeze a bit. My apologies. We're on 2 different Wi-Fis. And there's Tracy there. Tracy, you know what? I'm gonna put old Tracy, our cheer captain, on the board here. Tracy, what are your 5? You know, and again, I don't. For me to really analyze a race, I have to enter it and study it and watch it and be a part of it and take a look. Now, there are races that I look at and I see. But I'm not in enough, so I don't know every single one. But Tracy, what are your 5? What do you do, the pigeons that go to other people's lofts? You know, I'll say something. For the amount of pigeons that we lose, we get very few. I get people that call to say, oh, I've got a pigeon, you know, it's not one of ours. But if someone reports a pigeon for us, I'll go get it. That's one of ours. If it's someone else's pigeon, and you know, then you try and get in touch with the person or whatever. But you know, I always are responsible for the birds that we have, and I try and help out. You know, if someone calls me a mile down the road and they have Mike Vanderjak's pigeon, I'll go grab it or whatever. I mean, I'm not driving all over the town for other people's pigeons. I'm not doing that. But if it's our own pigeons, I will go and pick them up. Tracy says, several in California are pretty good, are pretty decent. And, you know, I say to Tracy, what are your what do you, I should get Tracy on one time and talk about this, but what are you looking at when you're doing your stats? You know, what are some of the things that make the race look good for you? And again, Tracy doesn't have pigeons. Tracy found our show and started participating. She might say our race isn't a very good race. Maybe it doesn't fit high in the percentages. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I'm taking my race out of it. Good evening, Mike Green. Welcome back. We've got Big Nan. She's coming down. She got stronger today. She took the garbage up to the top of the driveway. She's on the driveway. She said, no. I'm doing all the cooking. No. But we're gonna get her. If anyone has a motorized cart, we're looking to buy her one. And she like a little bag on, either a wagon. Mom. I'm not a fan of blow homes. You know, and that's another thing. You know, I guess Tracy brings this up. I will look at 99% of the races, and you show me races that have real speeds. You know, 1,000 to 1,200, a series of those kind of races. You show me that, and then I'll tell you if the man is a good pigeon man, and the pigeons, those are the ones I'm looking at. You know, I could say to you, and I'm not knocking this, let's go to the Chavez, or let's go to the Texas Shootout, or let's go to the Flying D, or let's go to the Black Gold Race. All races in Texas. Every one. Or in Florida. Every one. 17, 18, 19, 2,100 speeds. We're not going to get that here. You know, we're just not going to get it. We're lucky if we can hit 1,400. If we can get 1,400 once in a season, by the jingle, we're doing something. It's a magical day. And I don't want that. I don't. But for business, to be quite honest with you, I think running a one-loft race in Texas or in Florida it's easy. It's flat. It's tailwinds. Take the same pigeons and the same pigeon man, put it on a different course, it's going to be a little different. And I'm not saying those pigeon men aren't good pigeon men. They're the best. They got to have nerves of steel to do this shit. Tailwinds, headwinds, crosswinds, whatever. You still got to have the nerve to do this. Now, I'm going to taste this drink, Mom. And I'm going to see if you made it properly. Oh, God damn it. She's a good bartender. Good job, Mom. Mike Maniac says, Pioneer is in a league of its own because the whole world is shown every day today. No other race can compare. You know, this year, and I thank you, Mike, this year we've kind of pulled back a little bit just because I think people that have tuned into the show, you guys see everything that we do. I mean, I could talk about feeding and that. I just want to do it when it's time to work. Like, we're going to basket train the birds. I'll show you how we do that tomorrow, or in the next couple of days, we'll show you how we basket them. We're going to go across the street. We're going to go for a toss. Every toss we'll take you on and we'll show you. We do, you know, I have all the fancy camera gear. I could do the photos, I could do the videos, and I could put music and all that crap, but that's not real. And I do think a lot of these one-loft races, I think because they don't do so many lives, I think there's a lot of, and I don't want to use this word, a lot of false to what they're doing. A lot of false. A lot of pretend. You've seen it 35 minutes ago. Pigeons come in the dark. Why do they come in the dark? Why don't you bring them in? I look at some other races, and I'm going to point out. Let's point out the Peach Classic. I like Al Gibbons. Good job. I was there at his place. Lets the birds out at 7 o'clock in the morning. I see birds starting to come in at 1 o'clock. Or no, 9:30. Well, why? Leave them out all day. Leave them out. I need them to fly. I want to see, that's what I want. Birds that come in at 10 o'clock, they sit inside all day. These birds here, they're locked out. I'm a different pigeon man. I bring them in when the day's over. They have the maximum time. You get the maximum time for the hawk to chase them, maximum times for me to get them up, get used to the time dropping, missing to come into the loft. I add all these things to it. Now, if I let them out at 7 and I get them in at 9 in the morning, I cut down of losing pigeons by how many hours? So let's say I let them out at 6 in the morning and I bring them in at 9. That's still 12 hours of them going out and playing that I take away from them. How many times have I said here, geez, I lost them. I remember the hawk went through and I lost 30 here. They got spooked up real bad. If you would have had them in, you wouldn't lose them. You can look at it that way. You're going to lose them. So, I want the birds to be able to have the most. Let's see. Got lots of wind to get those speeds. And that's another thing. You guys all fly pigeons. I look and I get instantly turned off. I will look at a race. And the guy, they don't put the wind, they don't put the sky condition, they don't put any of that shit. And then you look at it and they got crazy speeds. And you go and check the Weather Network, they had 1 mile an hour tailwinds. Come on. How does this happen? 100%. Keith Lee says, you're doing a great job, but there will always be criticism to your efforts. Oh, yeah. Criticism. Efforts. Oh, yeah. Criticism. I'm fine with the criticism. I'm 100% fine with it because everyone likes something different. And I show you the feed, the water. I'll show you, right now they're on plain water. There's nothing in the water. I'm done giving them stuff in the water. They can get a bit tougher. We don't need to sit here and drug the shit out of them. So the base feed. We're feeding barley, wheat, roasted soybean, and corn. That's it. I'm running Ricky's birds on the same mix. They're at 100 miles today. 2 hours from 100 miles. I was pissed off today. Why? I seen them circle one too many times, in my opinion. And the way we had them set up, I didn't think today was going to be a tailwind, but it was. I let them out at 12 o'clock. It wasn't hot enough. It wasn't like last week. It wasn't headwinds. So I rate the toss out of 10, an 8. They had to still cross the body of water, 25 miles of water, which they did good there. But for birds trained, a total of 14 times. What is it? 3 20s, a 50, and 100, and a couple 2s or whatever. A bunch of small ones. Very good. And I'm always constantly playing. Some will say, well, why are you training your own pigeons? You got 10 pigeons. You drove 10 pigeons 100 miles. What a waste of gas. No. That's going to school. It's education. Not education for the pigeons. Education for us working with the pigeons. We have nowhere to fly the pigeons. We can't fly them nowhere. But you think we're going to not play with pigeons? That's real pigeon man. I'm not saying that I am, but we got 500 of other people's pigeons. We're still playing with 10 of our own for fun. And that's what it's about. I think people get into this, and this is another a big mistake people make. Oren Lofts, Studios friends from Texas. Hey, Texas. It's nice. I'd love to fly in Texas. I would like to try a race in Texas that goes the opposite way of whatever way they all go. Because if they can get speeds at 2,100, man, if you put them on a headwind course, it'll be called the Texas Graveyard. Now, Oren here, he's flying in Texas. Is his club and combines getting these crazy speeds? Because I even notice here in Southern Ontario, combines that fly here, they don't get the speeds that the one-off races here get. The one-off races here get these crazy speeds, and in the clubs and combines, you can ask Mike Vanderjagt, they don't get crazy speeds. Sydney's squeaking. And I'm not here to rant on races or say people are doing a bad job. People like what they like, and they do what they want, and I'm good with that. If you don't like the race, don't enter it. Do your research, that's all. And again, I don't think put too much stock into one-off birds that don't have tough, that aren't real tough races. You know, I could go to Pattaya and win the whole thing and win it, and the bird did Pattaya in 5 hours and 2 minutes, flying a speed of 21 million miles a minute. And boy, oh boy, I'll take a picture with the pigeon. I'll thumbs up the pigeon. I'll tell you it's great. Do I want to buy it? No, I don't want it. I'm not interested. I don't care. Yes, it has to beat all those birds. I get it. There's value in that, but not on those speeds. There you go. Look at this, Mike. Okay, now, and Mike's on every week. Mike is on every week. Let's see, every week Mike can throw up in his area what the rough speed was. There you go. For a young bird race, for people who didn't have their pigeons right, 100%, this race did most people in. Because this was a mind buster. It was hot. The skies weren't perfect. And this limits a lot of people, this first race. And I'm sure Mike's going to somewhat agree with me. But for business and one-off racing, you want to fly over 1500s every race. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. You want that because everyone gets birds home. Everyone feels like they got close to winning, and that's all it is. Tonight, they all flew 2,000 when they all came in. That's what it looks like. Simple, easy. Not a real hard race. It's just simple, but everyone feels good. There's harders, and then there's guys that want to see them. I've always said I would love to run a one-off race where it is maybe 100 miles, 25 days out of the month. So every day they go to 100 miles. You can't let them rain, you have to hold and then let them out. But for 1 month, only at 100 miles. Boom, boom, boom. Or every other day. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Or, you know, something like that, 3 days in a week. And do, you know, 25 of those 100-mile shots to get a judge on speed for sprint racing, one-off racing. I'm good with that. I'm down with that. I'd love to try that. What do you guys think of that idea? The weather and other conditions were good, but returns were slow and poor overall. Well, Mike, if you looked in the month that just went by, I looked at it and I said, boy, I would have loved to race pigeons this year. Because this year, most guys couldn't train the pigeons. The skies weren't perfect. The winds were super strong, headwinds. It was super hot and humid, and people baby the pigeons. And lots of people didn't get the training in they wanted. They weren't consistent, and they trained them too early. And when those pigeons make the mistakes, they got no power to get up at 10, 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the afternoon and work their way home. They're cooked. They're not used to that heat. That's just my thought. Mark says he likes, I feel good winning tough races. Of course you do, because you actually feel like you have a quality pigeon. My turn to have bad internet. I know that feeling. I don't believe sprint pigeons fly any faster than middle distance or long distance pigeons. They all fly the same. Yeah, I think you're right. Again, the sprints are a little bit more the man flying the pigeons. But I was only saying that, Mike, because if you were to take, let's say we did 20, we had to do 4 times a week, 100 miles. You would need a tough pigeon to do it. You would need that. It would be a real, and like that's why I like to do an average speed. That's where I would really like to do average speed. And then that way, the people would get it all. You would get headwinds, tailwinds. The one loft race has to go on the day. And as long as it's not pouring or fog, you wait till it clears, then you run. The weather doesn't, the speed, not the distance. The weather, well, yeah, sure. The weather, if it's a tailwind, it's going to be fast. If it's a headwind, it's going to be slow. If it's pouring rain, they're going to either go around the rain, through the rain, or land, or not come home. Crosswinds, and I get all that. I love your idea of 20 100-mile races in a row. 3 weeks is perfect. Yeah, and I don't know, Mike, if you could, and that's something to think. Could you do, as I said, Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, or could you go every day? It'd be fun to do it. And it would be fun to see the pigeons that could handle it. Because 100 miles is nothing. But give them 20, give them 20 or 30 times at it. And you're going to see. And I believe you'll see it. And those pigeons will still be tough. They'll work good, but they'll be super trained. These are all things that I think about, and I look at the one loft racing and how it's evolving, and you start to see now races. I had one guy, I think it was Jones Family Lofts, or somebody said to me, "Oh, we like your race. You do 8 races or 9 races." Yeah, I like that, but this country is not built for that. It's just not. I don't have the birds long enough to do it a little bit fairly. I love tough racing. I love to race 12, 13, 14, 15 weeks. I'd love to do that. But I'd like to race them like every 5 days or every 7 days is nice. Or I'd like to scrap the whole thing and say, hey, do just like we said, 20, 100-mile races and try it that way. In Mexico does 3 races in 1 week. Yeah. They used to have Triple Crown. It was the same way. And that was another thing. I talked to Jim McGinnis, and me and Jim used to go and participate at the Triple Crown in San Diego. And it was the same format. It was 100 miles on 100 miles on Monday, 200 miles on Wednesday, and 300 miles on Sunday. And it was literally a graveyard. Super tough, but it was super fun. And Jim McGinnis said, Ryan, why don't you do the Triple Crown here? And I just find people can't get their heads around it. Would I like it? Yes, I would. Is that something that would interest me to do? 100%. Because it's a niche. It's a fun race. It's something different. You know, this year my races, I backed it off a bit, giving you 4 races. Do I feel guilty? Sure I do. I like racing 8, 9 weeks, 10 weeks. I like the pigeons to get out there and do the work, and you really see the pigeons. But you don't have them long enough. And another thing I'd always like to try and do is I think to be even better, the races should almost have the pigeons for a whole year before they can start to race them. It just helps. But who wants to hold these pigeons? Tie up the lofts, tie up the feed bill. Do you guys want to pay more perch fees? I don't know. So many things to think about when looking at one-off racing and what needs to be better. But from what I see, there are races that I would not go into. You could give me 100 entries, I won't go in them. Free. And people line up for them. And when you see that, you say people don't care about quality. They're really looking at, I don't know what they're looking at. You might need to start a couple more races just to add to your things to do. You might need to start a couple of more races. I'm trying to figure out what you mean. Just to add to your things to do. Oh. Well, I know last year we kind of got pushed back because of sickness, and we still ran the 9 races. And we had our little pioneer club, and we had a couple members that backed out after 2 or 3 races. They quit because the third day, tough. They didn't like that. And they got bent out of shape, took their ball, and they went home, and that's fine. You know, and I got to give credit to Troy, and after doing 9 races last year, 9 races the year before, 8 races the year before, it's a lot. You know, it's a lot. And I can see these big races, they want to do the minimum races because when they lose birds, you get depressed. And that's the truth. You know, the hardest part of running this race is losing the pigeons. We're not here to lose them. We're not trying to lose them. You don't want to lose them to sickness. You don't want to lose them off the roof. Like I said, I was more pissed off. The birds sitting on the roof, I could lose them because they don't want to work. But the ones that go up to work, they make one mistake. They don't come back. They hit a wire, they hit a tree, they fly with someone else's birds. Those kill you more than the ones that you think, boy, I'm going to lose those anyways. But you never lose the ones off the roof until you put them in the basket. So, hey, it is what it is. That's pigeon flying. You can't worry about the soldiers you lose. You got to focus on the ones that you got, right? I think Rays miss us more than we miss Ray. I think Ray misses us more than we miss Ray. Who's Ray? What? How many pigeons are lost so far? I think we had around 580. We're now around 480. We're down about 100. You're down about 100. Can't change it. Tomorrow I'll run the clock again. When we do graduation tosses, I will hand scan all the birds. That way, Mark says, yeah, we lose tons of birds at home, but blame you when it happens there. Oh, yeah. Hey, listen. I show you those birds coming in at night. What does Ricky say to me? Ryan, man, the people see those birds out that late. You're the only one that does it. How many people are thinking, oh, you lost them because you let them in late? You know, you put yourself out there to lose them. Sure. I'm running the birds. My goal, everything I try and do is to not lose them. It's to educate them. You may not agree on everything. You're not supposed to. But I don't go out there to lose them. That's never the case. It's like every day I get up in the morning and I look outside and I say, I wonder if those 50 that flew off the roof are going to be back. Please, come on back. And you guys do the same thing. You know, you lose your pigeons and you always look for, well, why did you lose them? What was your excuse? You know, I'll tell you something. So Ricky's birds, we trained them up to 20 miles. They went 3 or 4 times to 20 miles. On Friday, I took them to 50 miles. I let them out at 12. Again, the hottest time of the day, super strong headwinds. They're 1 hour exactly, bang, and they're in. Perfect. I said, okay, on Monday, we'll take them 100 miles. What did I do? They came home on Friday. I let them sit for 3 hours with water. I didn't feed them. All they can eat. I let them gorge. And they gorged. And I waited, right, a couple hours to let the stomach kick in. They want to eat. Feed them right up. On Saturday morning, I went in. Actually, I'm lying. Saturday at, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I walked in. I gave them 10 pigeons, 3 fistfuls of straight corn. 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom, boom. I let them eat the corn. I walked away. They cleaned that right up like butter. On Sunday, I went in, maybe 5 o'clock in the evening. They had no feed. They haven't been let out. Nothing. I give them 3 fistfuls of grit. Walk away. Today, I take them 100 miles. Boom. They come good. They have to cross a 25-mile body of water. If they go around the water, they're going to be an extra half an hour. They have to cross the water. And they did. Playing, adjusting, setting them up to do well. Think about it. Pigeons went from 20 miles to 50 miles, 50 miles once to 100 miles. No messing around. Whack. They cracked the whip and they went. You want to try that with one-loft birds? At least you're not going easy just to get more activations. Yeah, but, you know, and Tracy looks at it right, and I'll sit here and say, boy, this guy's doing this just for the activations. And you can see it in black and white, and everyone goes back. It's like they don't want anything better. Because, again, every pigeon you lose, you lose $100, $150, $200. The pot goes down, your bank account goes down. It is what it is. And that's why you will see a lot of these races, they will not show you very much. Because what you don't see is you don't know what you don't see. You don't know, right? Put the clock on, let the birds out for a law fly. Tell everybody I took them training. Well, did you take them 1 mile? Did you take them? Yeah, I did. Well, why didn't you do a video? It's only 1 mile. Why do I got to do that? But take a look at the races that do almost nothing and the people go back. And they have some crazy losses or crazy losses after activation. Anyways, that's that for that, eh? You think? Think so? What do you think? What's your thoughts on the show tonight, guys? Birch trap not bad. Those four stuck it to me. Son of a gun. Oh, that's pigeon flying, guys. Yeah, well, yeah, and that's good. That's good. And that's what we wanted to do. And I think whenever I run a race, I want to show stuff because I want people to be part of it. You know, I think it adds more fun to it. Mike Diamond. Thanks, Mike. Good job. Mike's from the Philippines. I met him with Emil Denny's. He is he's a top guy in the Philippines. He's a big shot there in the Philippines, Mike Diamond. If you guys go to the Philippines, message Mike and he will take you around. Yeah, well, Mike, I agree. And you know what? I'll tell you, the little bastard that come through the door, when I put the feed out, he was eating, he was ahead. He must have had 60 seconds ahead of everyone. So tomorrow, that little bastard, he's going to be slow as molasses coming in. But that's okay. That's okay. Like I said, when we take them training, when we start at the duck farm, we turn the screws. The screws get turned a little bit more. Because again, we want them to come, fire, whang, trap. You take 500 pigeons, 300 pigeons, 200 pigeons, 100 pigeons to that 2 mile mark. When it's time for them to fire, up, home, in. Up, home, in. That's what we want them to do. We want them to race. When I take them training, they won't be full of feed. They'll be out of feed. They'll be right out. They're going to rip my shoes off. Train them from the beginning. Up, home. Up, home. And as they get better and better, you can up the feed, up the feed, up the feed. You're doing a great job. Thanks, Chris. Thank you. Again, you can't judge anyone's job until the season's over. It's like your favorite sports team. Yeah, pigeon boot camp. And that's how we always did. We call it boot camp. We do 5 2-milers, 5 10-milers, 5 20-milers, 4 or 5 50-milers, and then the 80-milers. Then away to the races they go. But at 2 miles, I don't worry about pigeons loft flying. I don't care. I want them focused. Now, does that mean we can't lose them? Oh, we can lose them. But we set them up to race. One of my goals this summer is to visit the duck farm and buy some duck products. Yeah, Mike. Actually, if you go on Saturday to the duck farm up there, there's the meat packers was actually where we released the birds. We call it the duck farm because the meat place wasn't there and there was an empty parking lot and we would go there. But that meat place on Saturdays and Sundays, they only take cash. Oh, you get the best veal, lamb, steaks. Go in there, tell them the pigeon guy, and you'll get maybe even a better price. You got the link so we can see if all the birds are around. My armpit's itchy. Maybe Tracy, if you're on, you can post the link of the last trainer. I think the last trainer was 480 clock. I don't know. Remember, every graduation, that's when we're going to have pick birds. They're $20 a pick. So you guys get four shots at 2 miles to see how the birds are trapping. You're going to be able to pick the pigeon that you want. You own the rights to that pigeon for that graduation. If the bird is the first bird to clock, that means it's bird 0001. You will win the entire pick bird pot. So get ready because we're going to have 4 basket tosses and then we start. 4 basket tosses. And then we're going to start. So if we're looking at this, the first toss can be Thursday or Friday of this week. So we can do Friday, 2 miles, Saturday, 2 miles, Sunday, 2 miles, Monday, 2 miles. Tuesday could be a graduation. Tuesday or Wednesday would be graduation. There's the link right there. Take a look at it. Thank you for posting that, Mike. 480 clock. There, I told you. I think probably the last bird that clocked is Mike Green 118. Let's see if I'm right. Because that pigeon was skin and bones. The pigeon felt like it flew to hearse. Now, if that pigeon came back and it was gone Friday or Saturday, it has a story. And it'll be a good pigeon. Just got to put the weight on. And yes, if I go tomorrow, will that bird go? Yes, because it's just across the street. It'll go. Get basket training, it's fine. The thing's going to eat like a little pig. Fill up. And the other reason why they're not starting at the duck farm anytime soon here for the next couple days, because I want them to get used to going into the basket, into the transporter. Okay, basket, transporter, and then just release basically in the backyard. That's it. Once they kind of get used to that, we take that pressure away. Then we take them to the duck farm. Okay? That's how it's going to work. I said we will start training August 1st. Tomorrow is the 1st. We start training. This still gives a few of those slow pokes. They're going to get 4 or 5 times here to get basket played. To wake up. Greenloft Opal was last. Well, there you go. Was the band number 118? Unless I'm dyslexic. I think it was 118. I knew it was Greenloft was the last bird. We still got the clock running. Had the clock running for 2 days, just leaving it run in case birds came back. So, again, Pick birds for this year are as followed. We're only selling 1 share of the pigeon. And believe me, guys, focus on the trapping. Pick your pigeons. Pick your pigeons. I know last year there were some people, they left a few $1,000s on the table. They didn't buy their birds and other people bought them. So $20, it's your lottery ticket. Pick a few birds and have some fun. 1 pick for $20, 1 share. There's 480 shots at this. Pick them and away you go. And if the pot's not won, the pot moves to the next graduation. Pot's not won, it moves to the next graduation. If the pot's not won, it moves to the next graduation. Yes, there you go. See? I seen the pigeon on the lawn, the bird was cooked. It was done. He got to eat about 1.5 minutes before everyone else did. But hey, watch this. If he can rebuild the body, you won't get lost. I don't think so. But now's the real scary time. Because again, you're not working with your pigeons. I'm working with your pigeons. You don't know. You don't know. I like it here. Are they going to have a good day when they go out? Are they going to have a bad day? Everything depends. So, I'm sorry tonight was a little bit of a different family show. We're going to try and get Ricky on next Monday. Hey, think about it. By next Monday, we could have a graduation done. Tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning. Okay? So stay tuned, stay peeled, and have some fun. I'm going to wrap this up because I've been on for an hour and 31 needs a little bit more sprinky, but I think I've done feeding them for tonight. I got to close up the chickens, and there was something I forgot that I had to do. I can't remember what it was. Anyways, we had some fun. I'm Ryan from the Pioneer Family Show. Thanks for tuning in. Have some more questions. Hey, and I got to get the powders on. Next week we'll have some powders on. Have a great to pick for your pick birds. 2 miles is just 2 miles away. Have a good night, guys. Oh, and remember,